Good evening, dear ladies. Good evening, dear friends and colleagues from all around the world, from different places. I have to say good evening, good afternoon, good night, good morning, because we come from all different places. And as you know, times are different. Thank you for you that you are here. We are going to have an exciting evening today with our dear friend Marizel Rojas. I just briefly mention how we got to know her. Actually, since 2022, our very nice colleague Merli Sokvila-Blaschke brought all the Filipino diaspora to Vienna, to our headquarters, and we were so happy because it was like the end or almost the end of the Corona times, and we could meet in person, and we really had a very nice festive evening with a lot of nice food. And I must say, Philippine diaspora, a really sunshine and joy and happiness. They're really our sun. When the skies are gray, then they come with sun, like sun to us. And one of the most likeliest person that we got to know that evening is Marizel Rojas. She is born in the Philippines, but we got to know her in Austria. She is UN staff, and she is active in, I think, half a dozen at least or more different organizations. We had cooperated in many events. She always invited us. She's an event manager. This is her hobby, I think. She cannot live or breathe without organizing something. And so we've been together in many events, and also we have been partners in several conferences. And I can tell you, when Marizel is there, it's not boring. No one is going to fall asleep. It's going to be fun and exciting. And she has a really very nice daughter and a really loving husband. He's so proud of her. And he prepares the sandwiches, the snacks, whatever is needed at the event. When his wife is at the front, he's taking care of people that we don't go home starving. So this is really nice to see her and her as a family. And we're very happy. Thank you, Merli Soquila, who is hopefully here as well, that you invited Marizel to be with us. At that point, she is in Manila and it's 1 o'clock for her. So we can really give a big applause at the beginning that she's up and looking very much awake and alive. So dear Marizel, we are really keen on listening to your journey from Manila to Vienna. Please tell us.
Thank you so much, Renate, for that very wonderful and very kind introduction. Yes, indeed, we've been together for a while already, like you mentioned in 2022. And I'm happy to inform you that you spoke so highly of my family. My daughter is here too. SJR is the one on screen. That's my daughter, Sarah Giselle, and my husband. I also managed to force him to join us tonight, Joel. So, yes. It is 7 in the evening in Austria and 1 o'clock in the morning in the Philippines. Good evening, good morning, everyone. I am speaking to you tonight or early this morning from Manila. It is a city that holds my roots, my history, my heart. I am here because I was invited to be a panelist at the 2026 Filipino Diaspora Summit, where I represented an organization I am so proud to be part of, which is the European Network of Filipino Diaspora, to speak on behalf of 13 member countries on the topic Amplifying Voices, diaspora advocacy, and policy influence. If you will allow me, Renate, I would like to share my screen. Hold on, let me just do the technical part of it. Hold on. Can you see my screen, Renate?
Not yet, Marizel.
Not
It
yet.
worked
Not yet.
before, but try again because you should be able to share.
Okay, let me just
Try
try
once more.
again. I'll try once more and let's see. Share screen. It's always good to do that. Hold on. Share screen. Okay, share. Click away.
Yes, it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, great. It's working, yeah.
Okay, hold on. We just present. We just move away. So, Yeah, exactly. That's my tagline: passion, purpose, and presence. So I am very proud to be part of the Women's Federation for World Peace, her story series, because I do believe that peace is not something that is just negotiated in boardrooms, but it is something that is built in homes, in communities, and within the hearts of women like us. I understand that when women are empowered, she lifts everyone around her, her children, her family, her community, and her mission. So, her nation, sorry. So, Women's Federation for World Peace's mission to bridge divides, to uphold the dignity of family, and to amplify the voices, especially of women, resonates really with everything that I do. So last year, as you see in these photos that I'm sharing with you, I had the privilege of representing Vienna as kind of allowed by Renate to participate in the WFWP advocacy training workshop in New York within the margins of the Commission on the Status of Women. And I was also very excited because I celebrated my birthday in New York. And as you can see in this slide, in this photo, my daughter managed to plaster my face on the billboards of Times Square. So, but you know, peace is something that does not come easily. And from my part, it is something that I had to learn the hard way. So, as of today, my name, Marizel Aquino Magistrado Rojas. I'm known as Marizel. I'm an international organization staff member by profession, but I'm also a teacher by vocation and an organizer by avocation. That's why my daughter calls me hashtag serial organizer. I am very glad that you have given me a chance to share my story in the hopes that even if there's one listening tonight or this morning who gets inspired by my story, that makes it really worth staying up at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I was born in the picturesque town of Camaligan, Camarines Sur. It's a small town in the Bicol region. It's a region where the cuisine is as hot as the most perfectly coned volcano, Mayon volcano. Unfortunately, I was sharing earlier today that it is currently erupting threateningly. I studied in the school called back then Colegio de Santa Isabel, now the University of Santa Isabel, and I earned my bachelor's in physics for teacher's degree from the Philippine University, Normal University, and the De La Salle University. The batch class of 86 is actually celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. I taught for 4 years in a school, in a public school known as Camarines Sur National High School, where we established a very cute, funny group. We called it SWAT, our SWAT team. In our language, it's called Samahan ng mga walang awang teachers, and it's actually translated as Teachers Without Mercy. So the turning point in my life, which started my journey to Austria, came because of a family crisis. I came to Austria in 1991, and like the stories of millions of Filipinos, it began not just as a dream, but because of a necessity. It was a journey born out of survival and not really by choice. I come from a family of six. I'm the eldest, the only daughter, and you think that made me responsible? On the contrary, as I was told, I was actually spoiled. Maybe you can even call me lazy because I had five younger brothers who I could bribe, I could charm, or command with steel to do my bidding. I learned early that manipulation or sheer willpower could get me what I wanted. But the thing is, life has a way of stripping our illusions. My father got sick. My brother, 18 years old at the time, was murdered. And suddenly, the weight of the world somehow felt like it crashed on my shoulders. Of course, I was the eldest. So it was a given that I would go and find the money for hospitalization, for the court fees, for a family that is actually falling apart. So the girl back then who used charm to get out of doing the chores had to use every ounce of steel just to keep my family alive. So the first words that I learned in German for the German speakers was Verlängerung ausgeschlossen. So in English, it's translated as extension, not possible. So to me, the system, the Austrian said, no, you cannot extend your visa. You came here as a tourist, go back to your home. So the system said, no, the doors were closing. I had no papers. I had no safety net. And the authorities were telling me my time was up. But if there was one thing in life, in my life, that I learned, it's no, is just the beginning of a negotiation. So basically, I had to find my way around it. For 7 long years, I was working whatever odd jobs, babysitting, cleaning houses, walking dogs, washing dishes, whatever it took to survive and be able to send money home. I also took, while working in the evenings, cleaning offices, a secretarial course at the Europawirtschaftsschulen. And all through this, I was applying at the United Nations. I was told at the time that the UN took its staff hired from the school where I was studying secretarial course. But you know what? If I could compile a scrapbook of rejection letters, I could actually build a very thick scrapbook from all the rejection letters that I received in different forms. Some said you're not qualified, others said you're overqualified, you didn't meet the parameters we've set. So all basically telling me, no, we don't have a place for you in our organization. But thank God, all the while I was basically applying for a dream. I applied at the United Nations, the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization. And then it happened. November 2026, this year, I will be celebrating 28 years of anniversary at the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization. For the first 15 years of those 26, I was in a bubble. I was just basically working, taking care of my family, working, and not really keeping in touch with anyone else. I wanted to focus on a career. And one thing I remember at that time when I didn't have a child yet, I was adamant about one thing. I said to myself, I do not want a child. In fact, I told my husband, go find a woman you can have a child with and bring it home, and that would be my child. But of course, God works in mysterious ways. In 2002, I was blessed with a daughter, my hashtag Unikaiya, my one and only, and she was the one who kind of cracked my bubble open. She taught me that the heart has an unlimited capacity for love. I had always kind of kept luck away. She is the blessing I never knew I needed, the one that I never really asked for, but the one I am forever and really eternally grateful. What catapulted me into doing community work? I didn't need anyone. I was okay. So in 2013, I thought I had it all. I had a simple life. I had a loving husband. I had a daughter, an amazing daughter. I called back then my clone, and I had a great job. But it took a very powerful typhoon, a tropical cyclone known in the Philippines as Typhoon Haiyan, Typhoon Yolanda, that catapulted me into action. It was then that I realized that there are so many people in need of help, especially during these natural calamities, and that there are also so many people who are willing to help. All you needed is somebody to put them together, to bring them all together. So at that time that I realized that reality sunk in was when I really started joining organizations, and not just joining, taking the helm, leading, because that was what I thought was needed. So I became the president of the VIC Club Filipino in 2013. And this is an organization that was established in 1997 for Filipinos working at the United Nations, all the organizations that are in there. And this is an organization that puts, that basically focuses on the camaraderie among the members, promoting our culture, helping when the help is needed, working with other organizations as well, both Filipino and international. Of course, in CTBTO, I consider that as an organization, my organization, which gives me what puts the bread and butter on the table. I also became the president of an organization called Bicol Society Austria, which is an organization that still promotes the devotion that we have for the patron saint of Bicolandia. In 2017, I was among the founding members and became also at some point the president of the Philippine Austrian Cultural and Educational Society, an organization that provides scholarship for deserving students, but those who are hard-pressed, not have enough money to go through with their education, especially in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. A great organization that I have, which we established back in 2017, is the European Network of Filipino Diaspora in Austria. In 2019, I became a cohort of the Filipino Women's Network, and I've been lucky to partner really with organizations that are in the VIC itself. For example, the United Nations Correspondents Association in Vienna, which is an organization of course, media and correspondence. I have been a board member since 2022 and elected for a second term last year. I was very surprised that I was invited to become a member of the European Police Association in Austria. I myself, I'm not a policewoman. I told them, what am I going to do in such an organization? But I was given a very, very kind of flattering answer because the director general and also the liaison officer for international relations said to me, the Filipinos do not really exist in Austria. Well, that was kind of really shocking. And I thought, are they insulting me? But they said, the Philippines does not exist because the Filipinos do not make waves and create problems in Austria. But in case they do, we need a liaison. We need somebody who we could go to and say, hey, you've got problems. At the same time, if the Filipinos here in Austria have problems where they need police assistance, we are here for you. Reciprocity. So what I thought, thank God until now, I became a board member in 2022, there has still not been an occasion where they have come to me and said, you are in trouble. And hopefully I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it will remain that way because this is how we want to be seen as Filipinos. Filipinos who are integrated, Filipinos who are doing their part, not just as Filipino nationals, but also as Filipinos really integrated, that they are not even seen because they don't make waves in a very negative way. I am a firm advocate of empowering women. So I am very lucky. It is a blessing that I've become a part of the United Nations Women's Guild. This is an organization that has been in existence for the past 56, 57 years. And the mantra is joining hands to help children. So one of the biggest events of the United Nations Women's Guild, and I know Renate and probably all of the women's federations members here in Austria have gone and participated, have been invited and joined the International Festival Bazaar that takes place at the end of the year and either in the beginning of December or end of November. And this time, Renate, please save the dates. It's on the 21st of November at the Austria Center. So we basically have that as the biggest charity event where we work to basically find funds from this event so that we can have projects funded, especially mainly projects that are for children and women who are, not in a very good state. So it was in 2024, although I met Renate in 2022, as she had mentioned earlier, it was kind of official. I think if I remember correctly, Renate, I volunteered. I said, Renate, can I become a member? And this was kind of formalized, and thank God she agreed and said yes. And since this was formally done back in 2024, which was a great thing because then in 2025, I was able to represent Austria, to report about all the achievements, all the milestones that Austria and the Women's Federation for World Peace in Austria has done through the previous year. So that for me was a real highlight and something that I will forever remember because of all the amazing women and the stories that I heard at that meeting that we had in New York. So my question is, for myself, basically. So here I am tonight, a girl who was back then really spoiled, and some even called lazy, a woman who heard the words Verlängerung ausgeschlossen, but refused to accept it. I didn't want to go home to the Philippines empty-handed at the time. A mother who thought back then I didn't want a child, but now watching my daughter grow into a really remarkable human being. And Renata, I really appreciate your kind words. I was back then a Filipina who left out of desperation, but now back in Manila, representing a global diaspora and speaking to you from the very soil that shaped me. So, as I mentioned earlier, if my story can really inspire even just one person listening tonight, if it can give hope to a woman facing rejection letters, or a mother carrying a very heavy burden, or a young person being told that extension is not possible, Verlängerung ausgeschlossen, then it makes every odd job, every tear I shed, and every sleepless night I had really worth it. So, in parting, I would like to share what I've learned through all the years I've lived here in Austria, especially, which is more my home than anywhere else in the world. Please do not let your past define your future. Do not let a closed door stop you from finding the window. And do not be afraid of the unexpected blessing that life throws your way. Because sometimes, just sometimes, the plans we didn't make are the ones that actually save us. So this is her story shared with my Women's Federation for World Peace Sisters, because I know and I've proven it in my life that together our stories, they don't just echo. In effect, they create a symphony of peace. So at this stage, I want to say maraming salamat, good night, God bless you all. And really, I encourage you, let us make this a conversation. It's not about me, it's about sharing a story. So if you have any questions or any messages, now is your time. Feel free to share them now. You'd like to share your story, the time is for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marizel. Yeah, genau. Very nice that you stopped sharing. This is very good. And I think, Marizel, I would have, anyway, everybody who has a question, please write it in the chat.
Renate, you are muted.
I'm very sorry. I don't know. I thought I'm muted. Thank you. Yes, no, I thought everybody who has a question, everyone could raise your hand or write it in the chat. My question to you would be, Marizel, thank you so much for this very lively story. I learned so much about you, which I didn't know before. And but I'm also a very curious person, and I'm also very curious about the CTBTO. So, because you told me a little bit what you're going to do in Namibia, and I think we all are would be interested to learn a little bit about this actual work that you are doing besides your all voluntary job. The work that puts the bread on the butter on your bread. Please, Marizel.
Thank you, Renate, for the question. I am very proud to be a staff member of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization. I hope I'll be able to share with you correctly what we do and what we believe in. So CTBTO is an organization that has its headquarters at the Vienna International Center, where the UN headquarters is in Vienna, Austria. It was established back in 1997. I started with it back in 1998, almost from the very beginning. So what the treaty believes is, what the treaty wants to stop is any kind of nuclear testing, whether it's on the land, in the air, underground, underwater, because what we believe in is if nobody tests nuclear weapon, then nobody will develop. So what we have all over the world, across the globe, is an international monitoring system, basically of different technologies. We have primary seismic, hydroacoustic, radionuclide laboratories, and this with this monitoring stations across monitoring laboratories across the globe in different countries. We have 37 facilities in all, 334 plus labs. We basically monitor, is anybody testing? Is anybody has done anything to violate the treaty? The unfortunate thing that I was earlier saying was, it's a treaty that's been signed by the majority, but not by everyone yet. It's a treaty that has been ratified by many, but has not been ratified by the states themselves that are needed to make it enter into force. So we have a lot of information on our site, very beautiful videos even on the ctbto.org site. And the very important event that we have is this year we're conducting what we call an international field exercise in Namibia for 6 weeks. And that is where we will have like a simulation. We have a team that puts in like samples and tries to, do some kind of testing, but not anything that can harm anyone. And then we bring in pseudo inspectors that would also try to see, did you test, did you not test? And at the end of the day, we get to say then, oh, we have a great technology that is there, that is robust, that can really, monitor. And then, or if not, we say, okay, we need to improve this and improve that and do more. But the best part of this treaty is that it is used not just for this test, to monitor the testing, but also for civil and scientific application. It means if you have an earthquake that happens somewhere, we can help. If it's a member state, issue early warning that people can, leave the area, or if we have the tsunami that happened before, these are picked up by the system that we have in place. So it is, in effect, I am just one staff member that assists in bringing people either to Vienna so that we can give them the enough training that they need, or to the locations when they are needed. So I am just a little cog in there, basically part of the administrative staff that's based in Vienna. So for more information, check out our website. We have amazing website that has all the information that is very interesting about the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marizel. Now, is anyone who has, there is someone raising the hand. SGR, is this your daughter?
That's my daughter.
Yes, it's your daughter. Nice seeing everyone.
Sarah, you ask a question, please.
Yes, I don't really have a question. I just have a comment. And I think this presentation was a testimony of my mom's love to me, because all I could hear actually was like, I love my daughter. My daughter is wonderful.
Say that.
No, on a serious note.
Serious
note, I think this presentation perfectly encapsulates who my mom is. So someone with a heart of gold and nerves of steel, because every time she joins a new organization, I'm like, I think it's time to stop. But, with her, it's, there's never enough in life. And I really see her as my role model, as someone who I strive to be like. And I'm just super proud of her. But I really tell her, what, please rest, do your skincare, have your routine. That's my comment to you, Muri. But otherwise, I'm very, very proud of her. I just wanted to say that.
Dear Sarah, can we see your face a little for a short while?
I just had university, but okay, I'm gonna show my
no problem. It's evening for all of us here in Austria. Yeah, it's
Good
nice to see you.
Hello.
Because we know you, but the others don't know
Yes.
you.
Sweetheart, I'm increasing your allowance because of what you said.
Yes, nice seeing everyone. Thank you.
Now it's 10 euro per month. Sorry.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for showing your face. Yes, Marcia, please.
Yeah, it's open. Hi, everyone. Hi, Marizel. It's really an honor to hear you speak. I think Renate and the Women's Federation in Austria must be very happy to have you around as a member of the Women's Federation. I understand you are a physicist, are you?
I am actually, it's kind of name dropping physics in there. I am a graduate of Bachelor's of Science in Physics for Teachers. Back then, when I was in college, so not a physicist technically, but somebody who taught physics, because in the 80s, the Department of Science and Technology of the Philippines discovered that because of lack of teachers, those in the provinces were being taught not really the correct physics, the concepts, because the teachers who were teaching them were, like the music teacher, the PTE teacher, without the training. So back then in the 80s, what they did was establish a scholarship program. I am a recipient of this, so I really want to pay forward with basis. So back then they took 25 students from all over the Philippines, 25 for physics, 25 for math. They made us the scholars for 4 years. Then during our internship, we would go to the province and teach teachers how to teach physics.
Wonderful.
Marcia, I have never had a profession where I felt so much sense of fulfillment. To teach people, to teach children, to teach young people who would normally hate physics, nobody likes physics, to love it at the end was very fulfilling. So I was not a physicist, but I did teach physics. I was a physics teacher basically. And I'm so happy
Wonderful.
because this time I'm here with my classmates.
Oh, I
40
see.
years, 40 years after graduation. Okay, so that gives away my age, but never mind. 40
Well,
years after graduation, it is amazing. So
yes,
thank you for
yes,
asking about that.
definitely. So, well, in any case, I felt you are very intelligent and very heartwarming, actually. I was able to get to know the Philippines last January when there was a program developed by our representative at the UN, Merle Barlan. I guess, I don't know if you know her.
Of course,
And
everybody knows Murdy.
yeah, basically, Women's Federation knows. and it was a wonderful experience among the Filipino people. So wonderful women. So every time I meet a Filipino, I think they are wonderful. So you must be a special race. I don't know. But anyways, thank you very much for your experience, your sharing of your experience. Wonderful. And I really wish that we can continue our relationship and our collaboration. By the way, I represent Spain.
Viva España!
Viva España, yes. And yeah, we brought some guests of us from Spain to the Philippines, and one of them was unable to speak English. And so she spoke Spanish, and the public, the audience, really made an effort to understand. And at least, the projection she made was in English. But anyways, it was very well welcomed, everything. So very beautiful experience among the Filipino. And so thank you for your sharing, for your experience. I feel you are very agile, very quick in the way you express yourself and your experiences. So thank you very much for that. And well, let's go towards the future together.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words, Marcia. And I return the compliment. It's very heartwarming to hear you and to know that you, I am sure, had fun in the Philippines, made friends there, and really amazing. And I hope since you live in Spain, one day we will meet in person, either that you are in Vienna or we go. Which part of Spain are you from?
Madrid.
Oh,
Madrid.
We've gone almost yearly to Madrid.
I realized something that you mentioned, that you have an event on the 21st of November, right?
Yeah.
Right at that weekend, that's a Saturday.
This.
From the 20th to the 22nd, we have the Women's Federation Europe and Middle East annual conference in Malta. So I was thinking, oh, what a pity it's at the same time there. But well, we are serving the people, serving the world, so we are working together.
Yeah. Yes, I know. I when Renate mentioned the dates for Malta, I had the same reaction. Oh, it's a pity. I want to join there, but the 21st is actually when I come back from Namibia, and that's when the Women's Guilds Bazaar will be taking place here.
Yeah,
But anyway, all the best for those who will be going to Malta.
and for
I
you
really
too.
envy you. Malta is a beautiful country, so have fun there and yeah, do the work that we do together, even from
Yes.
different parts of the world.
Yes, sure, sure. All the best too for you. Thank you.
Thank you too. Yeah, thank you too.
So, thank you very much. Is there someone else who wants to ask a question or has a comment, just wants to talk a little bit with our dear friend and guest? Please, maybe you just make noise because I don't see all of you.
Make noise.
Yes, so we know you want to speak. Just speak.
You know, if there's oh, sorry, Brita, I think, is raising her
Yeah,
hand
yeah, genau, Peter,
from
please.
Sweden.
Yes, I'm from Sweden. It was such a delightful time here to listen to you. And I'm sorry I came in a little bit late because, it's so light outside now, so it's so easy to forget about the time. But and I was so moved by the way that you also shared personally. And I love the fact that your daughter is here and that she gave a little, testimony about her mother. It was so beautiful. And the way you shared, you had actually no thoughts about really having a child or anything. And anyway, it was so moving. So happy, Renate, that you invited Marizel. Do I say it right, Marizel?
Yes, Marizel.
Yeah,
The full name is actually Maria Zelda, but when I hear that, I feel like my mother is scolding me, Maria Zelda. So I tell people, please call me Marizel.
yeah. No,
But
I feel just like Marcia said, you kind of combining intelligence and heart in such a beautiful way. And to hear your daughter also express that, it was really, thank you so much. I'm so happy. I remembered, I missed 10 minutes there in the beginning, but very happy that I came in here. Thank you so much.
thank you, Brita, for the kind words. But this is, like we say, that's something that really I see in Women's Federation for World Peace. The way we, as an organization, value also like the family as the starting point for peace. Renate, this is something we've spoken about. Like peace is not just for politicians, for international organizations to talk about in boardrooms, in meeting rooms. It is really something that has to start basically from within, from a person, and in the family. I mean, nobody can agree 100% with each other, but if it starts in the family, at work, in the organizations, there's gonna be real peace. And for I don't know if the word is unfortunate, it's not really happening, but the best part is together we are making a difference. And with my daughter, I am very blessed indeed, because we now have a role reversal. At her age of 23, she's now the one scolding me. She's the one who now tells me, Mom, do this, do that. And I have to give credit. She actually did my presentation and she gave herself a compliment. She said, Mom, this is my best presentation. So I give her also kudos for this. You can see I'm obsessed with my child, but it is the way it is. And I am really grateful for the kind words. I feel you. I see your smile. It feels like you're really just across me, like that I can touch. So Sweden, yes, I'm happy that you're here, Brita.
No,
Thank you.
I also have one daughter, just one
You do.
daughter. And I
Okay.
kind of never thought for a very long time that I would never have a child.
Oh,
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, thank you so much.
how old is your daughter, if I may ask?
Oh, she's 34 and now I have two grandchildren. Busy, very
Wow,
busy, right.
amazing.
Oh, I'm sure we will meet someday. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We were actually in Sweden last year because our target was Norway. But there's an area that if you drive across a bridge, you're already in Sweden, where you can buy all these sweets. from this big sweet shop. So I can technically say I've been to Sweden just
Well,
for a few hours.
I know exactly. Svinesund is called Svinesund. The bridge,
Yeah,
is it?
this bridge where
Is
you're
on the
halfway.
west coast.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's it. It was a
I've
kind of
been there many
a
times.
word that was a name that was not so easy to pronounce.
No, it's not so easy to pronounce. Well, please let me know next time.
You
Renata
will
can give you the contact number to me. Come and visit.
always. Yes, yes. And when anyone is in Vienna, Renate, we are always, Renate, you can confirm this, that we are always too happy to welcome you. Whether at Seidengasse, our headquarters, or at the United Nations. Even if there's no event, just come and let's have coffee or lunch.
Yeah, thank you, dear ladies. So now I also must say that you're here. It is merely Soquila's Verdienst. I don't know sometimes I forget the
Duty,
English
work.
word. So maybe Merly, you want to say something because I saw you here online. Merly Soquila, she is in Madrid right now.
Oh, yes, yes, she mentioned.
Merly, please, can you hear us? Maybe she doesn't hear me.
Merle, where are you?
Yes, I'm here.
Ah, you're here. I thought you're here, yeah.
Yeah, I am actually connecting with my mobile, which is, I hope
That's
it
so easy.
doesn't go off. Yeah. And at the same time, I am with my grandchild looking after him because my son is not home. Yeah, I I greet you from Madrid. I'm here actually in Madrid, and yeah, Marizel's story is really very empowering and eye-opening, I should say, because yeah, I really admire her as a leader, and yeah, she's very articulate and very active. I don't know how she do it, but she's always there, present in every occasion, and yeah, leading the Filipino community wherever she is. So I really admire her, and thank you very much for sharing your very inspiring story. Marizel, I admire you.
Right.
Keep it
It
up.
goes it goes both ways. Thank you. And you know, as Renate mentioned earlier, you brought us, many of us, to Women's Federation for World Peace. I don't think I would be here had it not been for you. So it's to you that I really extend my gratitude. I may not say it often enough because we hardly see each other, but publicly I'm declaring my affection, PDA, public declare of affection, that really you have done a great deal of, made a big difference by bringing Pinoys, the Filipinos, into the arms, into the loving arms of WFWP. And Renate mentioned that earlier, and you really you're amazing. It's a mutual admiration society.
I, I am, I am speechless. Thank you so much, Marizel, for being
True,
our
it's a fact.
icon. Let's say you are an icon to the Filipino diaspora. Keep it up, Marizel, and yeah,
Thank you so
thank you
much.
so much.
Yeah, I
Thank
don't know.
you.
Thank you, Merly, and all the best in Madrid, please. Have a nice,
Yes, have fun in
continue to
Madrid.
have a good time with your family, and thank you so much. Actually, I would have, is there another question? Because I don't see everyone. I would have one more question to you, because actually what also inspires me so much or moves my heart is how Filipinos who are settled in Austria are helping the others. And I think the purpose of your organizations is really to help those that need the help to settle in Austria. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about that, Marizel.
Okay, you know, the Filipinos in Austria compared to other Filipinos in other parts of Europe is actually not just lucky, I believe blessed, because we have a very good profile here. The first Filipinos who came to Austria were nurses back in the 70s, and many of the batches have already celebrated their 50th anniversary. Often when we have gathering with the government officials of Austria, they basically repeatedly mentioned to us how great it is that the Filipinos, the Filipino nurses, are basically there to beef up the medical system. They make jokes that, if there's I don't know, a show where Filipinos would go to watch, there would be no nurses left in the hospitals. So from a government to government arrangement back then in the 70s, a bilateral agreement, Filipinos came over here and helped basically beef up, work as nurses. Not only that, we also have many Filipinos working at the United Nations, the different organizations here in the VIC, the Vienna International Organization, which is also something very good about making our profile really, like kind of elevated. And then most of the service sectors, hotels, restaurants, I don't think there's any hotel you'd go to in Vienna where there's no Filipino. And I believe that what we do, whatever kind of work we do, at least, especially the first generations who first came here, we do it with love. We do it with dedication, and this is a very intrinsic part of us. In Tagalog, we say something, nagbubuhat ng bangko, or lifting your own chair, or complimenting yourself. I am not embarrassed to do that because I'm very proud of the Filipinos that are here. And you rightly mentioned, we support each other. But that's why, Renate, when you have an event and it's open to people to attend, we would bring in actually Filipinos from different organizations in the community itself, only in Austria. But what's even more important that I want to share is it's not limited to Austria. The reason why I'm here is in the Philippines is to represent a European network. It's 13 countries of Philippine organizations under ENFiD or with ENFiD, the European Network of Filipino Diaspora, that's kind of working together. And it's exciting because we are kind of comparing notes, what's happening here, because the Filipinos here are lucky, but not the Filipinos in certain countries. Filipinos in certain countries don't have the kind of working conditions that we have here. You will not believe that there are still countries that give salaries as low as 400, 500 euro. But these Filipinos, they stick together. They help each other because it's also a very inherent thing with us, I believe, this joy de vivre. We have been given a blessing of dealing with, problems, challenges, calamities with laughter. You would find, for those who've been to the Philippines, I don't know if you have noticed something, you might go to a very poor town, but the family you go into would not even have enough to eat, but they will share their last morsel of rice with you. And they will do it gladly, willingly, with laughter. Somebody who hardly has anything to eat could still afford to laugh. And this is, I think, some kind of coping mechanism that we've been blessed. And this is spread across the diaspora. So Renate, thank you for letting me share. We call it, we have a hashtag for it, Pinoy Galing, the goodness of a Pinoy, the goodness of a Filipino. And this we like to share with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And this I can really say that whenever you're with Filipinos, it's always such a beautiful sun. As I always say, you're bringing sunlight to Austria. And I can say this over and over again. Thank you so very much, because this is a really beautiful nature that you have. Also, actually, my father has been taken care of in a nursing home the last years of his life. And the nurse who really could get him to do whatever he should do or didn't want to do, this was a Filipino nurse, Sister Helen, the nurse Helen. Yeah. So I met her at the fiesta. I met her recently. So actually, is there any other question? Before I forget, I just want to say, let's really connect, because ENFiD is in 13 countries. And I think also there is this barrio fiestas. I think, I understand it's in every country. Filipino
Yes,
festival.
a lot of countries have this. This is our way of celebrating. It's still part of the National Day of the Philippines, because this year, for example, we celebrated the 128th year of Philippine independence. And a very important milestone that we are celebrating in Austria is the 80th anniversary of the Philippine-Austrian diplomatic relations. And for those who are in Austria, and even those not in Austria but nearby, please join us on the 5th of September. We have an amazing festivals parade and cultural extravaganza. So we basically parade in the center of the city. So you will see Filipino groups in festival costumes. You don't need to go to the Philippines to see different festivals. So if you are in Vienna, make sure you are out in the first district. It starts from 9 o'clock and goes to Sigmund Freud Park in front of Votive Kirche. There will be food, there will be dancing. You have to buy the food though. This time it's not going to be for free, but you are doing it for a good cause. Everyone who sells food there are usually supporting not just their families, but charity organizations or charity beneficiaries, not only back home, here in Austria. Here, Renate, we have seen how Austria loves us, and that's what we do in return. We also have charity activities where we give it to the, for example, St. Anna Kinderspital, the cancerous hospital for children. We give it to Make-A-Wish Foundation Austria. So we know it's just something small, but we also love to do, even if it's something small, for our second home, like Austria. So you mentioned Barrio Fiesta. Every third Saturday of the month of July, there's a very big festival in a football field. It's in Ate Faulising. And, you know, we are scattered everywhere on Facebook. You should just click Barrio Fiesta. There's one in Czech Republic on the 4th of July. I'm going next week to France. There's one on the 28th of June. It's everywhere. We love fiestas. We love partying. We love food, dancing, singing, everything that gives joy, right? So, yes.
And I could really encourage everyone to go there. And one of my favorite dance is this click click dance. This is so amazing. You can just stand and laugh. This is with two bamboo sticks, and they have to jump and with these bamboo sticks. Anyway, please, if you can, we can help each other to get to know the Barrio Fiesta in your country, dear sisters from all over Europe, to connect with this really loving, sunny, beautiful Filipino diaspora. Is there anyone else who wants to say something?
Renata, it's funny that you mentioned this dance. It's our national dance. It's called tinikling, which is dancing between two bamboos. It's a dance that mimics a bird called tickling. So what the bird does is try to evade being, you know, like caught between the bamboos. And usually when we have performers doing it, we ask for audience participation. I don't know, Renate, if you have tried doing it. It's very challenging. And I have to brag. Again, it goes back to my daughter. When she was much younger, she was one, if not the best tinikling dancers. And you know what I had to do for that? I would be moderating, and I would run to do the bamboos so that she could dance, her dad and myself. She doesn't do it now. I guess she has lost the touch. But if you were ever see tinikling, Renate smiles when she thinks about it. It's birds trying to evade the trap with nice sounds. So if there's one like that in the Barrio Fiesta, please clap your hands. It's a lot of effort, like trying to not get caught between the bamboos. Thank you, Renate, for mentioning that.
Okay, one last call. Please speak up if you want to say something. Whoever wants to say some nice words, I'm sure you just want to say nice words. It's open still. 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
I was afraid that I was going to go overtime because normally you give me a microphone, I can talk for hours. Now I see that I'm okay. I didn't really overdo it with the sharing. So please share some thoughts with us. I would love to hear from you. It doesn't have to be about me or what I talked about. It could be about you. Where are you? What are you doing wherever you are? Share with us. Because I believe this is the Europe Middle East group, right, Renate? Or is this global?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm happy to meet you all virtually.
Heidi, please, Heidi.
Yeah.
Salamat.
Salamat. Wow.
In Greece, the Filipinos are more in the embassies working.
Oh, okay. Which part of Greece are you?
I worked in Athens at the Austrian embassy, at the residence from the Austrian ambassador, and we had Filipinos there. And I got the job there because one Filipino got married and went back to Philippines. But I wanted only to say that they are very well situated in Greece in the embassies. So they know very well and also in private houses, in villas. They are very, as you said, the first generation is doing it with love. The mother educated her daughter to cook, but really high professional, with a lot of love, as you said. Yeah, and salamat for your testimony. So I don't
Thank
know.
you so much. Thank you, Heidi. Parakalo, how do you say it in Greece? Parakalo, parakalo.
Yes.
How long were you in Athens? Are you still in Athens? You're still in Greece?
Yes, I live in Corfu now. But
oh, beautiful island. Okay, Corfu. How hot is it in there in Corfu now?
Right now it's 29, but today it was 32.
So it looks like you're describing where Renate is.
Yes. Only not that palms. We have olive trees.
Oh, yes. Olive trees.
Palms, but not that. Yeah.
Okay.
But the sea has the same color.
Yes.
This picture.
Thank you for your message, Heidi.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Heidi. So if there is no one else pumping up, I would ask Mitty that you maybe say some closing words.
Yeah, just want to reiterate what everyone says. You've got this really passionate heart, but at the same time, very aware of your area of work and expertise in that. But your heart shines out more, actually. And that's what I think people are attracted to you. And about this dance, I remember when I was in Cebu, in Bohol, actually,
Did they dance?
Yeah, we danced that with the bamboo sticks. Well, we tried, but it's a very fast dance. Marcia and myself, and dancing with the children. They're so professional, and they sang so well. The Filipinos are very well known for singing, and you can, they just got this passion in their heart to give. Of course, you skimmed over a little bit of the challenges that you went through and some heartaches that you went through, but I hope that they were the springboard to help you to go above, all those struggles, because going into the leadership roles, there's often lots of challenges coming. So thank you for being so honest in your account of sharing your life and your journey. I feel it's really pity that you can't be with us in Malta, but we will have other opportunities that you can be with us, and we'd love to see you in person, and of course with your daughter and your husband Joel, is it? Yeah. So that would be great. So thank you so much for taking your time and being with us. We really enjoyed your story. Thank you.
I enjoyed being with you. Thank you so much, Mitty. And yes, by the way, the story is just kind of a slice of pizza. But if you're interested to know a bit more, there's actually a book published by the Filipino Women's Network. It's called Disrupt 4.0, and a bit more of the details about the challenges, especially leadership challenges, is described in a chapter called Serial Organizer. And please, it's on Amazon, it's everywhere. It's a series, basically. Feel free to check it out. And yeah, so I look forward to meeting you, if not virtually, all of you in person one day. And yeah, all the best, peace and love. Let's spread it. If there's anything in life that we should spread, it would be love and peace. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marizel. Thank you, because now I think we have to send you to bed. It's 2:00 now.
In the morning.
Take some rest until you have to start your day tomorrow again. And thank you very much for all the dear sisters